Hey guys, so I put out a tweet a few days ago asking if anyone had any questions regarding cruise life or living on a cruise ship or life of a performer, and so I thought I'd just do a quick Q&A on the questions that I received, so I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so the first question is, was it hard leaving your family and friends to be working on a cruise ship for a few months at a time? So for me, I think I said this in my last video, I've been away from home now since I was 11, so I don't find it so hard and difficult. I mean, leaving home for the first time, I remember when I did it when I was 11, I was homesick. You know, you're missing your home comforts, your family, your friends, people that you kind of rely on. So then when you're left to your own devices and you're so far away from home, it does get sad, and it can be quite, daunting and stuff. But for me now, not at all. It's kind of weird being home. When I finish a ship and I go home for those few months, it's bizarre. Like, I'm so used to doing stuff by myself or with friends on a ship, so that when I'm home and I've got, I don't know, I feel like my parents kind of try and mother me again. Like, they're like, oh, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you, and I'm like, I can do it. Like, I do it myself. The time that I'm away, I'm more than capable, but they don't get to see me often, so I think that they just feel like they should be doing that. So to answer it in a whole, yes, it's hard, but I don't mind. I kind of like being away and I enjoy the independence of my life, so yeah. Alright, so the next question is, if you could change one thing about the cruise life, what would it be? That's a difficult one. I mean, there's good and bad that come with this job. I mean, I don't know. The good thing is I'm getting to travel the world and I'm getting to see places that many people don't get to see. I mean, and like I said in my last video again, that we're gonna start rehearsing on land. So that is gonna improve our job so much more. To get that land-based life in the beginning, when the rehearsal process is the hardest part of this job. It's early mornings, late nights, it's tedious, it's strenuous, it's tiring, it's just exhausting. Like, it's everything, and it's especially on this ship that we're on now, the Spirit. We have 7 shows in total, so like that was 7 shows we learnt in 2 months. Like, in that theatre that we work in, we were there constantly. So when we get these land-based rehearsal studios, it's gonna make the world of difference. Carnival don't have any ships going out of like Europe or like doing the Mediterranean, so for Carnival's cruise life, I would like them to branch out there, just because then we get to see more of that side of the world. So that's something that I'd like Carnival to do. Alright, so the next question is, does working on a cruise ship have any effect with your relationship? If not, what are the good and bad things about working on a ship? P.S. You have an amazing voice. Thanks. Does it have any effect on your relationship? Well, me and Jackie work together constantly. We're living together constantly. We don't really have that much time apart. So you'd think that it would have a massive effect. But honestly, it doesn't. We work very well together, we enjoy each other's company. It's kind of nice being able to work opposite someone. Like, it really doesn't, and it kind of surprises us both that we don't necessarily argue or get on each other's nerves as much, because you really think it would, but to answer your question, no, it has no strain or effect on our relationship at all. Alright, next question. So, what is your favourite food on the cruise? So, we get Obviously we have food in the mess. The mess being where crew and the staff eat. That's down on the lower level. But then obviously we do have the food on board for the guests. So we have, on board this ship, we have a sushi restaurant, which is incredible. We then have food on Lido deck, which is the very top deck of the ship. And it's kind of like self-service, like buffet food. So there's like a Chinese corner, there's like pies and sausage, and like kind of like a English Australian kind of corner. We have 24-hour pizza, which is incredible. We have like a deli, like a sandwich deli. We have lots of food upstairs. It's so good. And then my favorite food of all is the steakhouse on board. Now, about 2 videos ago, I videoed a video where I was outside and I had the red funnel behind me. Now, that funnel looks straight down to the steakhouse. Now, this steakhouse costs you about $45 US, and it's basically all you can eat food. Incredible food. It's just some of the best food I've ever had, and it's on a lot of the bigger Carnival ships. So you get like your starters such as like beef carpaccio and like portobello mushrooms, and the way this food is served up is just incredible. And then the steaks are superb, like some of the best steaks I've ever had, and it's all for $45, which is absolutely nothing. So if you ever go on a Carnival ship, make sure you please check out that steakhouse, because it's just incredible, absolutely amazing. So that's my favourite food on board the ship. Alright, next one. What are the cabins like for crew members, and where are they typically located? So, we have 3 levels for crew. So I'm on deck A, it then goes to B, and then goes down another level to C. So we have 3 levels for crew. We are like the gangway level. So a gangway is basically where people embark and disembark the ship. So we are not under sea level, but B and C would be under sea level. So we don't get portholes, but we do get our own cabins. Now, they're nothing special, they're nothing luxury, but then again, it's what you make of the cabin itself. So, you know, I always bring like my own photos with me. I bring like lights and things like that, just so it decorates the cabin. I normally go out once I get my own cabin and like I buy carpets and rugs and stuff that makes it more homely for me. But yeah, I'll do a quick sweep of my cabin and what it looks like in a typical cabin, but every ship has a different layout. So each cabin, some cabins have double beds, some have single beds, some have bunk beds, some have, you know, they're all different, and they're all different sizes. So that's kind of a hard question to answer, but I'll do a quick sweep of my cabin so you get to see a little brief, you know, outline of what I currently live in. Alright, next question. My question is, what do you do in between contracts, and how did you make sure that you and Jackie would be on the same ship? So in between contracts, as you probably well know, we are jetting around the world, visiting all kinds of places. So a few contracts ago we had 4 months off, and in those 4 months we had 4 vacations, 4 holidays. We went to Abu Dhabi, we went to Paris, we went to Portugal, we went to Miami. Like, we had 4 different vacations, just because we can. We kind of just we're always going to plan to go somewhere after the contract. After here, we're planning on going to New Zealand. We're thinking of getting like an RV and driving to like around New Zealand and stuff like that, and just kind of exploring. We haven't kind of like planned out what or where we're gonna go and how long we're gonna do it for, but we're definitely gonna do something. So yeah, we'll always be jetting somewhere, so, and we'll always capture it. So make sure you keep following and make sure you're subscribed to watch where we go next. How do we make sure we're together? Carnival are pretty good at this. I mean, they know that we're a couple, they know that we're together, so they just kind of, if they're going to give us a contract, they'll make sure that there's a spot for 2 male singers available, and they'll offer that to us. And you know, they're very accommodating to all couples and relationships, so that's a great thing about Carnival, that they just accommodate to everyone. Alright, next question. What was it like to perform on a cruise ship? Well, it's amazing. It's such a good job, and like, I'll keep saying it over and over, like, we get to travel the world, we get to save our money, we get to see so many incredible places, meet some incredible people, and then, you know, performing on stage in front of different people, like every cruise, is just incredible, and getting the response that we get and learning the shows from, you know, incredible choreographers and famous people. Like, it's just such a rewarding job. It can be quite frustrating sometimes when, you know, you're trying to do something but you can't because the ship's moving, but you know, you just get used to it and you find your ship legs and you just get on with it. I love what I do, and I love the job that I'm in. Alright, next question. Next question. Okay, so this question I've kind of already answered, but there's a little bit on the end that I think is quite important. So it's, what is your accommodation like? Are the cabins comfortable? And do you have things you can do on the ship when you're not working? So yeah, we do have things we can do on the ship when we're not working. I mean, our job, like I said before, is only at night. So in the day, if we're in a port, we can get off. We can go and explore that island, that port, do excursions. Obviously we get discount on all that, so we get to enjoy those benefits. And I mean, even if we're at sea, we can go on deck and we can go and tan, you know, lie out in the sun. We have water parks on board, so we can go down the slides. There's loads of stuff we can do. The food restaurants are open as well, so we can go and enjoy that. So yeah, there's plenty of things to do for us. So you're never bored. And I mean, a lot of the time we'll probably just be resting, catching up on TV shows, movies, whatever. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's always something to do. You're never really that bored. So yeah, good question. Alright, so next question. Do you have a favourite show you like to perform? Okay, so we do a light duty, which is called Coffee with the Cast. So we take a coffee at the coffee shop and we go and sit at the coffee shop, and a lot of people come there and they just ask us questions. And this is one of the questions we always get asked. Now we have a show on board this ship called Epic Rock. It's a rock show with anthems from like Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, Queen, Heart, like anthems that everyone knows. And it's, I think, everyone in our cast's favourite show. From lighting to costumes to the scenery to the choreography to the visual effects of the show, it's just incredible. And I think it's a lot of the guests' favourite show as well. It's just perfection. You may have seen a few photos that I posted with like the wings and things like that. It's all special effects and it's really, really clever. So if you're ever on a Carnival ship, make sure you check out Epic Rock. It's on quite a few ships, and yes, it's my favourite show. Alright, last but not least. Oh. Who is your favourite person ever? Very funny, Jackie. Alright guys, well that was my Q&A video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I answered all your questions. If you guys have any further questions, please don't be afraid to tweet me, message me, anything, and I'll make sure I answer them for you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care guys, bye.